Hi, my name is Lafi, and I wanted to show you one of the 10 activities in our Sisterhood guidebook. This one is my personal favorite, which is to create a book list or a playlist. So I wanted to introduce you to my library, which is just my IKEA shelf. It's like really not safe, so I shouldn't touch it like that. And I wanted to just show you a couple of my favorite books, which I'm just gonna choose because they're my faves, and I think they're relevant right now. So I love this book a lot. This is Gender in Our Brains, which I use all the time. It's really helpful whenever I'm crafting curriculum or I'm just curious about why people think the way that they do. It's really helpful. And these two books are another one's my favorites. This is Henry and June by Anais Nin. She's like one of my favorite writers. I think that her writing is so romantic and it just makes me want to scream in a good way. And this book is All About Love by Bell Hooks, which is my favorite train book. I really liked reading it when I was on the train, which I never thought I would say that I miss the subway, but I kind of do. Please don't tell anybody. I love this book. So this is Pedagogy of the Oppressed, which also has a huge stake in our curriculum at the other side, and I think is just relevant no matter what you're doing. So I would really suggest that anybody reads this. And I'm sure that there's so many different versions of this book that can be maybe more specific to your own personal interests. This book is a children's book, but I don't care. I think you could be 100 years old and love this book. It's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. I think all of those books are really just fantastical and amazing. And my dad used to read this book to me all the time, and I would wake up feeling so remorseful if I fell asleep in the middle of him reading it. But the drawings in this particular print of the book are so beautiful, and I used to always be drawing lions and stuff based off of this. So this really did help me draw a lot more, and really just shows me how much I love children's illustrations. They're so beautiful. And I think lastly would be this book. So this is a collection of different essays, notes, and writings from James Baldwin, who is my favorite writer of all time. I am pretty notorious for having huge crushes on writers who are not alive. I don't know if that's my specific type, but I think so. And this book is really amazing because I feel like every time I pick it up, I'm just learning something new, and it's timeless. It's honestly so exciting to read this every single time. And now I wanted to show you how to make a music playlist, which I'm gonna base off of each of these books and just throw in a couple different ones because I tend to have trouble focusing when I'm reading, and I feel like if I'm listening to good music, then I'm like, could be a little more focused. So I'm going to make a new playlist, and I'm going to title this playlist Reading Rainbow. And I won't add an image just yet, but I'll add a description. I'd say these are my Pride Month reading jams for sure. So I'm going to base this playlist just a few of the first songs. I think if you have a Pride playlist and you're not going to add this song, then how is it a playlist? So we need some RuPaul in there. And my personal favorite is CoverGirl. I'm going to add CoverGirl to the playlist. And just so you know, if there's any happy and joyous occasion for me, you must play this song. Another favorite of mine recently has been Hayley Williams' new album. I love, and I'm maybe slightly obsessed with listening to the song Cinnamon. I want to add some Duendita, and I really love her a lot. I saw her open for another artist, and she just captivated my whole heart, and I have been listening to her music and singing in the shower ever since. I believe one of the first books I pulled from my library, maybe it was one of the last, but certainly not the least, was James Baldwin. Sorry. Sometimes I just type stuff I'm thinking. But I did read that one of his favorites was Aretha Franklin, which I'm sure we can all agree with that. And I'm going to add think because that's exactly what James Baldwin makes me do. And Pedagogy of the Oppressed, you know what? There's actually a really cool song that's just titled Pedagogy of the Oppressed that I thought was really good by an artist named Carly Z. One of the books I may have forgotten to show you, but I really can't see. I'm always typing stuff I'm thinking. It's called Guapa, and it is a really amazing book about a queer Middle Eastern character. And in this book, his dad tells him to listen to this artist Fairuz in the morning, and I couldn't agree more. So I'm gonna type in one of my favorites by her and add this one to the playlist. For Gender in Our Brains, I mean, hello, what more perfect song? I think Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. Still true. How cool is Cyndi Lauper? Still cooler than me. So for Henry and June, I'm going to choose a French song by an artist named Greta Keller, and I really love this song. I thought it was so, look at how dreamy she looks. That's how I wish I looked every day. I'm gonna add this to the playlist, and let's see what other books we have left. Ooh, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So I don't know if y'all have ever done this before, but I can honestly say that listening to a movie soundtrack while you walk around is like actually the best feeling in the whole world. It makes you feel so cool. I'm tempted to put in The Battle, but I think only the beginning of the adventure might be a little more spot on for this playlist. And for All About Love by Bell Hooks, I'm gonna do the opposite. And I'm going to add this really great song by Fiona Apple called Not About Love. Alright, let's see the playlist. It already looks so cool. I'm so excited to listen to this. So yeah, here are our songs for this playlist, and this will match perfectly with the book list. I really can't wait to see what kind of book lists and playlists you guys come up with, and I'll be leaving this open for anybody to just look up and find on Spotify. And again, the playlist is called Reading Rainbow, and if you listen to it, just know I'm listening to it too. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really great day.